so ebejinem ediama eyoma no. Then again, Adna budget on some and no and before do HHoma doing at the Alpha home Yura a cabinet Japan. As I say, I'll say MPP phone to soba na omunino as a franca 24 na undi a party in no Papa China doing at the Alpha budgeta and Yura Kofi Adams and so the buy no. Of course, come Ben Yako. On also Achena doing at the Afa Aye budget no all question at the timing of the budget. Say a day before the game. Na Ghana here discuss the budget today. Ajide said the timing was so wrong. Ni nani akoba na yabedi aye sound komono and so our aye show no since joining live our YouTube Nhyira TV na a subscribe for message no eka ho prediction and then why and na eshe for message no for aye YouTube Nhyira TV na yenko emra yeba yebeka messages out do amode abani na at the amamo 942 Nhyira 104.5 echadu ni pancho yenko mra na yemfa ensam nyina no Bismarck usibempa ayala wa ha Fifi Manfred awa ha sanso and a garbage to am the four winner on so our betting kan awu dwumadi no enso so no passive Zando Jonathan Asedu Fatilo Andy Costa and inokomo omo aboabo nsem na no etimi edi amai yenkomra good morning
amuzu gal
yeah, thank you very much.
Bismarck usibempa ayala good morning now what you saying
oh nyame adom me ho ye.
Okay. And then you have two interesting topics at the table. So, but me person I best start with transfers. Yeah, Ewie and Ray. You start with clubs and Obia business or yay. So far, club will be number kase. The business or yeah, and which means yes, you can say club yeah business or transfer more. Sa club no pa and reasons na o the account best man ko so be pa yala me sha sem fefi ho with the just ended transfers and the you know club ben pa na o scan it through a who say there be club wey dey business on me here no na solid.
First of all, transfers here no indicators no eye enoma nkiti bi sika utia sika unya, but the ultimate and so adi huna ebema wa transfer eye or fix it team. You need to fix your team
if there are problems.
Yes. Enti me kwaba me yese mato we mama we koma ye we nyina no dia wo ye ni nyina no e kaboa say you fix your team na se team ni da ho a upon all the spending no bi beka say oh team no look solid now rich say sana etie dia I think so for me the best club why a solid Arsenal. Yes. They've done solid transfer this summer. Sisi Arsenal team near down. Rich, open for the department by department. They don't seem to have weakness.
Don't solve a problem, yeah.
Odopa yem koni kakra.
Goalkeepers too.
Semwo Raya. Na Michelle last season Goa Kepa Edama Bournemouth. I am a deputy. You can't tell me I have a problem with goalkeeping. Samuel Ben White and Julian Timber. I am a right backer. You can't tell me I have a problem. Samuel Luis Kelly and Calafiori. I am a left hand. I don't have a problem. Samuel Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Masquera. Namisadi Piero and Campi Asabe Kahun. Rich. Me covered. So oben fifi wa Melusu Thomas Partey, Melusu Jorginho. But me de Norgard aba, me de Zubimendi aba. I me DM ho. Rich, that is solid. Already me will declare Rice money, Martin Odegaard money ade.
You can't marry no money now.
Yes, but even with them now, last season, more than my boy any youth players be me more opportunity mo boy intino. And this same summer transfer window, my extending the contract of Lewis Kelly. I'm on a long-term contract. Matumada on the side. My extending the contract of Nwaneri. I'm a genius obeti me my quality football. I want him in the next 5-6 years. Honestly, we meet him. Now beyond these two youngsters, Rich. Meaning say, in the last 2-3 years, there've been a lot of pressure on Bukayo Saka. About games be breeded up. And see, Ama was starting nyasam a prebia, which we say a fatigue brand or prano. And see, me the mad wake aba already in one area know to me before, so only wa. But me the now my bridge gap between Ononi one area, which obi also relatively ever experience in mad wake me the naba show. Baby Martinelli bono. Na me timi mo Martinelli wo. Se Gabriel Jesus se fit am timi bono wo. In the games I want to even play, obi say Leandro Trossard from that position. Me timi bono wo. Rich. Masako chinchim me not landing rivals in sa. I'm a transfer o nim so ma wie kra no. Mako chinchim mo sa de Eberechi Eze. One of the finest talents in the Premier League as a basa position obi. He can play and compete with Martinelli mu our top 4. Obeti so as a Benfica. Any Odegaard must have a number 10 position. Then me will Havertz, me will Gabriel Jesus, me will Leandro Trossard. But still now, my greatest criticism and say I still need to find a finisher as a center forward. Na minjai ka Havertz mo bono. Me see no problem. In the last 3 seasons. Uko Europa, one of the most consistent strikers are Victor Gyökeres. Makoye, whatever it take to bring him to Arsenal. Rich, now with that Arsenal team, tell me where the weakness is.
Solid team.
Team that's a share. As a share. And in some way, can see you know. The stereotype I won't go for team so Arsenal is dapper for. And yet just the quality of the players, the squad in depth in the better magic trophy. It is because of our history in here. But Rich, beyond such stereotype, the enemy say Arsenal, the reality of the transfer that they've done and how our team as a share in CCA. And as someone making, you can't debate it. These are pure facts. The players are there. Individual positions in or either 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 no ubet match share and get any backup crane bar you could see a solid team from a team FN Arsenal, and that is what they've spent their monies on.
But there's this a year man for Kase. Look, Partey free Arsenal team no do ma replacing it but still now who say the absence Arsenal.
You see,
Omuhia Obia Otimi control the tempo of the game.
You see, Rich, it will
a typical example against Liverpool.
It will take time. And so I'm confessed I say Omo appreciate Zubimendi in the same level as Partey. It will take time. So I understand.
Okay.
Look, in the last 2-3 seasons, any good thing about Arsenal has involved Partey. No doubt about that. And Truba could create anyone. And you see a Ghana 14 acre. What Partey Edema Arsenal team no? It was so evident with the eyeballs which Arsenal games are. So you could clearly see this is a team that is very, very stabilized under this coach. And they are playing according to Mopati said on Besomobono. But Rich, I don't think say Zubimendi will be far off to step into Sasus no.
Okay.
Now, say me rate Arsenal as the best. I need to compare it with BB before I can say after my analysis in SCP.
Now do you know that mean Kokofio?
Rich, this transfer window. May assure say the leader in discussion is Liverpool. Because Omo must spend the bar. Omo must breaking records upon records. Every place are boarding Abba Omo. Now, the moment I will sign Liverpool, I can say Arsenal, and I hear the best transfers, you know. Then you need to give us the basis of saying Saudi, you know. Rich, me jitum Liverpool the quality. I can an already existing quality team. There is no way which Makachem say Ugo Eketiki and your quality. He is quality. Alexander Isak is quality. Foreign Vets is quality. Jerome Frimpong, Jeremy Frimpong, quality. Leone, quality. Players now Liverpool do my band, Milos Kekic, quality. But you see, the Amami ranking Arsenal ahead of Liverpool, ASA. Rich, even with those quality additions, you know, I still think say oh yeah, critical analysis department by department. Send your Arsenal now, you will still find some loopholes in the Liverpool team, especially Sadina a two almost with Maguire. You know, Rich, Sanka Liverpool the Maguire buyer, and we will say, oh, say almost so Allison, oh, Mama that's really,
yeah,
goalkeeper, any problem,
sure.
Omo Conor Bradley and Omo Frimpong right back any problem. Omo Andy Robertson and Omo Milos Kekic left back any problem. But Rich, Omanya Maguire. Now, Sawasha, in terms of convention and standard, say Uyi Van Dijk, na Uyi Konata. The next EDM team will be the youngster Leone, who Omo buy for the future. One of the reasons why Chiesa had to stay at Liverpool, because they needed an Italian to make sure that Branton will feel comfortable. And from Van Dijk to Konate, they wanted to bring in Maguire, say that he will compete with Van Dijk and Konate, and then there will be competition. Already, there's a situation where Konate or Paris Saint-Germain or Real Madrid. And see, Sankomode Maguire baya, Konate Pewompo, he has to be serious. And I guess Maguire betuno. Then Leone will learn from them. Carabao Cup games, FA Cup games, be no about Bobby any day. But Rich, without Omanya Maguire, no, the gap between Van Dijk and Konate, any baby Leone be free aban. I still think there's one name that is lacking on that list. Then you move to midfield. And your offensive wise, no. But the defensive midfield, who gives Liverpool plan B? Who gives them say omu game na omu gidi say enough of the flair? You do baby a year obi or combat kakra. Sanya Arsenal can change from Zubimendi to Norgard. And Norgard will give them a plan B of a combative defensive midfielder. Liverpool there. Until when Liverpool both games be
McAllister to me.
Rich. McAllister there. Already crown on your DM Muporo Saba be combative.
Okay.
Until a honor sa dynamism. Say me team no. Me pese me sesa me ho eko send em pese me sesa me ho ko bia me wo players o metima baba yes adwuma na ma me no. Look, who you Gavin Mecha? Who will you bring? Endo Wataru. He's soft. Very, very soft. Any more dear Liverpool bebu bia. Any more dear with Iketike, Gakpo, Salah. Omabu bia. But which sad two departments na. I want to lock in the
be a probably January.
But say, may I ask me again?
No problem.
It's another Mimi Susu say. Even though Liverpool na expend a panel,
Arsenal,
I think overall, no, Rich Arsenal as a shell with team now. Me want to grow Arsenal team and then I'm rate Arsenal ahead of Liverpool.
Kofi,
Rich.
man, a good businessman.
Rich, the transfer common because football a result oriented adeno. And most of the times we want to focus on ball, no park, no there some
Sales in Kahon.
but in my opinion, before I'll be able to choose who won the transfer market, I should be able to merge the business side plus the footballing side. And it's me person me train say, won't me enter players na Liverpool aton, but it doesn't make financial sense. But ABR Ocean Park and say that okay, that is the best business that anybody have done in it. In fact, Oko transfer.com, transfer marketer, and everybody knows that transfer market is essentially the best place for anything transfer conversation. Almost Oko English Premier League needs to see 4 clubs and they were a scored value of 1 billion and over.
Clubbing.
Arsenal club no it was scored value of 1 billion and over. Liverpool it was scored value of 1 billion and over. Manchester City it was scored value of 1 billion and over. And at Chelsea it was scored value of 1 billion and over. So that goes to reaffirm the importance of business in the conversation of even before Bedru Parkness. Rich. So let us tackle the business parts before we get onto the field of play and see how the various players are different clubs that they buy solves the problem. There is a graphic of the spending this summer as compared to the net spend. And Machinasi didn't come about net spend bibri. Essentially saying say Niawobeto versus Niawotonye. And in the net spend in a particular year on a particular summer, it can include wages, it can include even fuel our teams netto. But in the context of just transfers to you, focus on players out on any players out on which on the list of teams are those that spent. Everybody knows Liverpool have won the market in that regard. Those that went onto the market and bought this summer, Liverpool are right there. Then, of course, Arsenal have done very good business in terms of what they sold and what has come in. But Rich, in terms of net spend, team and the net spend, I was per Arsenal £257. So although Arsenal have bought, they've not sold a lot. Yeah, Partey went away for nothing. Zinchenko, yes, they'll get something small for it. But Liverpool have made good sales. Omaton, Jaro Kwansayako, they've taken good money from it. Trent Alexander-Arnold was not a big sale, but they got something small from it. Omoton, goalkeeper, Calvin Callagher, also went from the club. They got good money from it. So they made sales. And these are clubs are Omaton. In fact, the best club in terms of net spend is Chelsea. Because all those say what ton, and they've made record fee in terms of Sika 300 million. So in the business area, you look at the top 3 as Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea in that regard. Then it goes onto the field of play. Why not players now takes them from where they were yesterday to a different level this season. Which you see, when you look at the context of Arsenal, Omanya Adebia today, maybe no team in the English Premier League has it. That is the ability to be tactically probably more dynamic than we are. Arsenal beats him up back 3, or beats him up 4-2-3-1, or beats him up 4-3-3, or beats him up 4-2-2. So the extent and the quality of players at Arsenal for Ndiabano. Ama Mikel Arteta the flexibility to be able to play in different style of plays. Plus there is quality across board. Look at the last time, Mosquera on come. We did the 2 center backs at Arsenal on come. William Saliba 2 seasons ago was always getting injured. Debiana, William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, and we constantly said that is why at some point in time Arsenal in Team League. But Mosquera comes in as a good cover for the 2.
And Obano.
In the game against Liverpool, he was not bad.
Solid.
Good player.
The first game,
good player. So then you go into the middle of the park and look at Martin Ibanez, Zubimendi, Christian Ogada has experience in the Premier League, and of course also in the attack. But Rich, I don't think that if you merge what the business Liverpool have done and how strategically Arsenal are close to him even on the field of play. Rich, today, Liverpool and the English Premier League have two of last season's top and second best attackers. Granted.
In Salah and then Isak.
Yes, granted. Only need the defensive cover or the midfield legs that Norgard will give them. That maybe Declan Rice will give them. Because Yaja to me say, Rand Gravenberch essentially and you're out and out number 6. But even with that last season, we saw the good work she gave them. And even in the game against Liverpool, in terms of ground covering, the quality of play, everything, you could see the quality of a branch friend, Ryan Gravenberch. But it's up top. If you score Liverpool 3, bet match 4. Usane 3, bet match 2. Then that is where he uses the brilliance of Obi to say Domenico Szoboszlai. And you see, may I have held the argument of Liverpool for have a problem at Ryan Gravenberch and even at Abrantia Freno, Flan Viet as a 10. In the modern day number 10, you don't just play with a creative ball, Nikita or 9F, technical ability, dribbling, that is not all the modern day number 10 should do. The modern day number 10 is supposed to be intense, to win the ball back, to be aggressive and lead a counter press. And I don't see that in a branch of friend Flan yet. But in all of that, Rich, with the work that Liverpool have done, when Trent Alexander-Arnold went away, Liverpool were worried because he's not the best defender in the team. Liverpool have not needed Trent Alexander-Arnold to be a good defender. They've constantly had defenders that are good in defending wide areas. The best thing Liverpool did, in conjunction with, say, even though Omanya Brentford friend Maggie was keeping Joe Gomez. Because if Joe Gomez had left the club, then that means that they were probably very thin and would defense on. But they've kept Joe Gomez. They've brought in Leone as part of the team. Yes, or you're young, or you're too good. But this is a team that have the traits to defend in wide areas. And with the last 10 years, Domenico Szoboszlai wants him. But about right back in 2 games, have you had any problem? No. Obetima Boba's number 6 when you need him to play. If he does that job in terms of ground winning duels, physicality, at right back, then in his own area at number 8 or
ya didwa kakra na yatimi enso edom yakato sene the senior national team the Blazers of Ghana ejina kono enti ene Black Stars in common kwana yade eba down beda aseda no ekwa de amanyum ekwa na no pe no mu gina ya chechi gina pa na abede mu nsem no wonsa atimi aka na de tia se dwumadi enso ye live ewo YouTube enti uko YouTube eno ye Nhyira TV ewo YouTube handle na also no wetimi de comment ne de abede pem yatimi akenkan nyina de ama shawodo nyina so yamfa sida emfama kwadwo Reko Royal Enterprise womo na makofa Reko Herbal Mixer edi aba na Reko Herbal Mixer ye dura ebo mani pedie ni nyahoodi ye pankanka obi a pressure ana eti tompato wodi ani e low blood pressure na se wodi ani ye high blood pressure ebebo atu ni nyina se de ama eye koko ana adwo aboso ana se make se oba menstrual pains menstrual disorders no wedro eye Reko Royal Enterprise o medua ye friend eye Reko Herbal Mixture and the boy ye pa and to pay pedodo etotoa would when it chemo promise ba benya biato and afa ferments okay sack pharmacy our patase blockhouse and afa pure leaf heba ewo ebuakwa woko ejusua woman government hospital na edianim share top amazing heba our tafo Methodist womo edenima oboase time fm ubenya biato and afa take fm ewo kumase aso ubenya bi ato yaso ekase no ewo Bremen Pentecost thank you Jesus denima ana ubenya Reko Herbal Mixer bi enso etimi autonomous ube fresh ye 0244 470067 and as 0248 672271 na edupe onso wetimi enya biye makato asesika de hunya ye pa ente ya no amwani ade ache na fe wapade biye sikasem ewom eni nti na mekanfo telecell too much money promo ne ade ama telecell too much money promo ado na telecell bo na wetimi enya skedi eni every day bia no nipa 7,200 and almost enya sika edin free ni nyina telecell too much money promo adeɛ baako edi mu ntintiman so ofafo na what dial star 500 has what dial star 500 has what the top bundle and now say you did table 5 Ghana eko winya yes abepe afia kadeɛ no waba beka wutia ye wetime skedi na no so to be aboye pa I tell us so too much money promo every week be a nipa 53 and omunya nkade 20 nkade 200 million edi and 20,000 Ghana cedis sikabote na nkasa de 1.2 million Ghana cedis ni edi che ntaya na onso mo ani de te na fe tell us too much money promo no wonsa etimi aka de winya skasa de yakọ high sense eza high sense say what the refrigerator said aba what the church TV so aba afi open air conditioners open washing machine afi aba water dispensers and smartphones outdoor sound system in the high sense and akwakofa de aba na ebo no e from ye pa emum of high quality and o mede ma bibi abato market no 5 years warranty and high sense at the ema Ghana of na baby ano ubenya high sense ye show ru bi e kame say 16 register there and baby bia no high sense enso e wo ho we do ani chem e won kan me pato atemota afi mahira and e ba so na danceman wokọ kanesia ubenya e high sense ye show ru no enso ebi e wo ho and la pass wokọ wesi small e wotema linyina bi e obi enso e wo ho afi kumaze anim say de edum and e tafo azaria janse ubenya high sense ye show ru no wokọ e takwarente ene takwa mankasim and afi oboase sunyane tetiman we do ani chem wotamele hohwai ene kofoidia ubenya high sense ye show ru ni bi na fe waba betonium of high quality na ano so etime aboye pa numbers ubetimi ni o mato kese e waso 030255 0000 high sense enso ade so ade ano so etime akoye kama e de manzi sa wodo nyina so makato sa ade ba kwa asisi no ehuhia eza wobeda sumdwe kwanso wobeda wa abere na ewunya problem bia ekoba se woda netese wunya problem bia de a eza woda matese kama pa so eno na design is good for nyina no ansa di suan de ene na papa bi na chese eko na wotimi da yie na chese wonso no wotimi heha wede a eba se wo suan de ekoyie pa ene nti na mekanfo aye royal foam matese de ma studio matese no aye royal foam na akwakofa de aba wonya royal foam de sisi de bibia koyie wonim se ye de 4 inches ne de aba woto ya ne ama pillow free bonto ave 3 inches nso ho woto ya ne ama pillow free bonto na ade aba kwa edi mu ntintima ya se yisi na bo no yatidi ni nyina so enka ne 4 inches na ne bo denden na amanfo ade ji yisi ya de no 350 Ghana pe ana ave 3 inches no 320 Ghana pe na fe so atimi ado de comfortability ade je na timi wie pe enti ane oyo school ni na fe woto matesa student matters na ya no hese royal from na fe so atimi ado de no mesa betima froso 0202 271 000 na afe wetima fe ana 0202 271 000 anope ya tokese na niama so atimi koye de makulu Ghana limited agofa nupa na de aba wo me no mo bo matesa dodo na hwan homo makato se nyadewa ye betu ase a kulu Ghana limited nupa ane edi tu nyadewa nyina se wo me de wuntu capture de aba ye memedo abo be me bia for urinary tract infections we ye be ma atadun so tentem odun so woti yawo be mama we do ye wuntu capture sesanse eno na tase bo ye pa ane doctor ka to so ye prostate enlargement ana tase atitu we do ye wuntu capture na no panya binum na no so emo ye pa ave wo me de mesake so aba na mesake udwuma edi ya se be ma ene wo mpaso agudie entimi nkoya kamia so aba da birijo wentimi nya adwuma amatese yen so mo piaf mpacho ebasa adwini ye pa ene slow erections ankrofo mu hu ye mahino ezanze mana e de report aba se be mense de ebe ye be so de agya so kwade se kwabenane efa de tuni nsam ene tese wo bon total sana be me betime agya so man de abasa ha sa de ndo mo mpa enti adupa aba aye Mr. Kill ene so nya binum ne no etima boye pa premature ejaculation ebetu ni nyina ase ade ma wo libido wo foma wedo aye mesakio wo ba bia do ya araba bazin tabetesan se eno na ebo menstrual pains menstrual disorder se twase wo yo ba na wutie me edu busumi na tese aye bibia ho a wedo enso aye araba bazin tabete no ati wo yo ba wuni atenka wo mpem wuni urese ntwide wunti bia edu be bo aye araba bazin tabete na no peme se wo se contractor anafe aye ayi bia wo conformance bia wo benya bia to na no so atime abo manipede na time dina so ye pa pa Kulun Ghana Limited de wobetimi no madin sa woso e was 0244275429 na fe wa fe Kulun Ghana Limited ani je no enso atime wie pay na ene papafo ne maamefo Germany a enkodanse yankancha bata nyina se dai papa mo de bo mo mani je aye Flower Kids baby diaper esan se eda moto pa ana ma ye ni ntuleyas nti imposa abofran kwa badunso agunu ho a enya de se nyunyu bia beka no ba be so atete wo entu yo bata na wuteme wo pe diaper papa de aboba de a ene ye Flower Kids baby diaper ana mekamfo ede ma na Delta paper meal ana akwakofa ede aba ewa hoden se enti akodan be di agro bia nya de se be wura toda enom aye Flower Kids baby diaper wo pe dodo atoto a no me se betuma freso aye 0243033033 na face wetime nya de na ja enjoyment na tima koye kama ede ma fe aye Piva beverages anom ana mekamfo de ma aye outdoor win bi na aye engagement bi na aye apunto bi ana auto ohia soft drinks a wobetimi de adu djuma de na ye Piva aye cola flavor no na ye kama wo mo de Piva orange aye flavor adiaba wo mo tangerine flavor ana mo grapes wo ho wo mo cocktail and to di djuma na be hia soft drinks de a aye Piva beverages ana wo mo anso bebo aye pa no me se betimi no mato kese aye 0550032231 na no pay wo mo so etimi adwoso ade ba ko be kanfo no makato se nipa de opia bonte ya yusu tissue e kama e ba se o yusu tissue e kama de a aye flower tissue adamoto afe ade se ya pure white enu se edi dwuma pa ana afe fa so ye pa ye super absorbent enti uko offices awodo bia ene no ya flower disposable handkerchiefs no eno na obia enso yusu bi ha make say katai ne abai ene himpi pacho abasa na yusu tissue a wo ya de na nkoda wonya flower disposable handkerchiefs ya ene o clean ya na tese wo dispose na etima ya kama ye pa eno ati wo mo the flower kiss tissue aba tani yusu o mo de wipe ana fe o mo de clean mo fa no enti utie me na o mansa enso etima kan de afe flower ti ro de edamotopia pure white ana fe eye fragrance free ama clean experience ya kama enti flower eno na fie bia mo bia enso eyusu wo pedodo atoto a no me se betima fra so eye 0243033033 na se 0246426172 na fe when flower tissue nature won so etimi eyusu de ene ABC games na trend yanka se ABCD ya ana tese yadi aya krade atese ma onye sikadi wutu su 3 letters pe ene ebia o no atu su p now the s ade asoso enti ye do na tese OPS enya ba ya baba na tese onsu onye sikadi ene fafo na nadal star 26 aya 2 hash star 2 star 262 hash wumi aso baba pafe 1 Ghana ayi 5 Ghana twa every 5 Ghana ekwa nyina betimi de atwa bidna base ya bobo na tese o numbers no anasa o letters now to say ba ku pema and ya 3 times mistake average say mienu pema 8 times mistake na miensa ni na pema dia 200 times mistake and obetime nya sika botne pam answa di net man aya kama dia ABC games ana chance me come for dia ma and na no pem wani ni chance say national lottery authority at the stamp ndi azuzu say panai wo kwa characters platform na so na omugugugum na chance dia manyina so atima ya kama witness cards say dia Franco Trading Enterprise boga Franco no wase wodi aya mobile phones already aba original mobile phones no aya boga Franco na akwakofa de aba afi open Nokia open Samsung and as iPhones na aya Franco Trading Enterprise wo me the Franco TV at the aba smartphone and na tell about them every 32 inches akwa na nsa be count there wo me the Franco air condition swapper and afi charge features wo me the washing machine and afi microwave wo me the blender and aya CCTV cameras and swapper na aba CCTV camera and na kade nyina aya boga Franco adawroba wana tell so ade matumamfo nyina ade ba kwa ye nika say bibi abato we akate 40% discount ana tese de ma enti kumase anim se de ane adum ba bibia wo benya Franco Trading Enterprise stores ni bi eja bajo asincha ho ba ko bo ho afa okọ challenge bu shopper eno so ba ko ewo ho ana ye ne kofo kenek ne tese bo so ewo ho ana new kede chance wo benya ba ko nso won tre ho ma ana old Malcolm so eno so ni nchemu anso Franco Trading Enterprise ho na feso akwa akwadwo akade ne no etime boye pa boga Franco say and then to kase e was 0245316969 and as 0560684147 na fi boga franco and so timaju su ye pa MTN Ghana as men ka to say na ye Thursday na Thursday bia sade de omedi ma ya say is na extra wo mo bibia extra bonus afa extra data na teso ntu atima yusu na ya so for na no adare ya de say star 138 star 138 has star 138 has na fe wa wona diko wo wona diko be pete say wo su oba benya aya wo data bundle na MTN Ghana say wo first data wo be fa no eno ya ma 25% na teso no atima ya kama edem MTN Ghana na tese wo mudi sise we anso de man taya no ya ntempa na wadare star 138 has na fe eni je no so atime wie peye na me pato me do ko gasa properties na eba no real estate developer ba ko pa o Ghana ha dodo na agi na tuma eno aya na na ba sapon ezanzo hihie no asase o de be ma asase ya ntam litigation free ma so sembie no anya fi na langas samo ho ana busamanzo bia nso ni hunti wotime nka na ya asase pa na o pa to de a eno aya na na ba sapon real estate development de wono odi muntitima e o Ghana ha ene me kaza yese atonsu aye high school jansen ho 5 acres no da ho atase ye to ne dendenden ana afro do wani chem awo ade ntam a aye Accra road main road say eno so 1 acre land enso da ho atase ye to dendenden de yan so be fre na ba sapon e was 0541 135 464 ana say 0249 136 582 na fe woni na ba sapon e di nkomasi se no no twetma bwa amata se chiles wasase won setimi aka afen so ye fie na pato mpato efie bi oton de ama no anya de so benya problem bia efie no abusama so sem bia no ho efie na nya fi na ana wesi na na bi sin na se na dabi we problem bia no ho ente ye fie na pato ayasase na pato eno ye na na ba sapon ana teso oye wadoma ma wonsa enso account de na eba ni turenta wodi muntintima ye panti ebia meka se eye se opa apartment ana edimujuma ana se meka se ebia wo hia warehouse bi ana edimujuma oye company na opa office bi edimujuma me pato Gasa properties ana won so betimi ene na din sawaso na kumase anim se de wo kokro bia metema sante doko wo mu training grounds wo ewa de koja ate ho ana ubenya na na basapon na wo so watimi ene no ede ahia enkrampato ye wo your office ba ko ho wodi wani chem ewo sunyane a ye office ni bi ho brekum ana fe doma ahinkro na wanya Gasa properties na fe won so wonsa etimi aka eye wasase weni nyuma eko ane afofro enka ye pi na na no pay teso mo so eso yasena agode mo nsam no ye di edan makato se ne the senior national team the Blessed of Ghana enso edina konunti sign na ebesi akọhwan ana tese eka we dede wokwa na tese wodo messages no e de abana yakenkan kaka enso e de ama na mepato Hyundai Elantra 2019 mepato yaton Hyundai Elantra 2019 enti uyo obi a wani di Hyundai Elantra ehun ye pa de mepato 2019 model no bakon aye ready shishishi atese yaton ti ne engine no aye 1.9 nti utimi se ne consumption ye pa number se betima fra so na oni oni konsu edin komo aye 0552711268 0552711268 na fe wo so wetimi afa na eja matimi enso edin komo kwabna yemfansi se ne be eja ye betimi enso edin komo ye pa.
Okay. I'm so you know.
Na yeah.
I'm so a blast kakra. Say bia boko de.
Oh, nyame adom bia ye.
Okay.
I just say ye give no ne ye say nyame be ma ye atimi awe ne. Is the one say is ya empire obi e bo no. Black Stars qualification our World Cup and say ne be ya say as usual. Some say ba ko ne de mo mpe ho.
Mexico.
What they must and
the FIFA for cry on me.
Okay.
So on the Koto now.
Okay, but you come on
that Canada and US.
Okay, but you come on as
yes, I could be give more.
And to come now, Amuzu P question of the day. I say, or predictions Ghana against Chad. and as a chart against Ghana. For our predictions, Brana Yankee Kai and Fama Amuzu P Adaruma. The question of the day is and Ghana, Yani chart, Anna Edi ACN. Why na it take 3 points? No, what are predictions about? Na yet me, Akin Kai and so Ediama.
And you all start your own prediction, you're saying.
Oh, Kabna say a qualification into the away match. Yenya 1-0 and I say 2-1 be a okay.
Okay.
1-0 2-1. You okay at the Magana.
And I was here a group in the man. It looks like Chad from the other Hipping Boys.
And 2-1.
And to Ushana, 2 points free now.
Yeah.
If only you person qualify.
Game me a dinner Monday DNA.
So I was here a group now. I'm on Kwan any 1 point in book.
Okay.
So far, match is not my bully now. Or my Lucy. Ghana did come with 15 points. Plus of 10 goals. And a Comoros, I want 12 points. Madagascar, Etosomi and some more 10 points. Mali, draw no bia tip woman say likely I'm gonna be to free group in my corner.
Yeah.
As we speak, I'm at the fifth. Sorry, I'm at the fourth with 9 points. And a Central African Republic, I'm at the fifth. I'm also our 5 points. And a child they no more born no. I'm the winning point back crown, I'm 0. In the say indeed, you ever say a Cobo World Cup in Libya. This is a game as not even a draw.
Yeah.
Say now only Mali game on Monday, you know. At least ultimately now we draw be cry. Oh yeah, sorted. And I cut 2 sets of games in you have born in next month, you know.
Yeah.
And I said no. You won't said you won't some no ABC.
But when my dear back when me who were a table no so. And say be a dodo na adwen enko so this competition we announce qualifiers we near qualifiers are say Ghana say goes to pa you goes defense 10 goals. O compare other teams are you know more na obi anu a o goals cry ben Ghana because the ane there was ro +4 and near Mali and more plus of 4 goals but I hear Ghana plus of 10 goals until it tells you say this competition you know Ghana say goes to pa and you expect at least be 2 goals from your team no per their table net here any goals for masse and me de cancer because you goes here pa it tells you say and enya dia 2 goals to the Ghana betimi and so enya edi amai
but ought to say no it's a mandatory training no
yeah
and so ko pitch na book to give no omko training no na ni anje ho unse child for no bo restrictive and ought to say utia pitch no so as we have to say concrete in Kwa as soon as ding.
Wow.
And am I worried kakra because we say players and we used to grass no.
So agreed one.
Agreed we do now we used to because most of our players in the no bobo abutri. Enti officer honey ade ba ko a beha anything but psychologically am I ready for a game na nyame adoma and 1 p.m. ebetimi atodwanti yebedin komono na maybe say I started with the budget in kakra and I am mixed feeling say utie ni padodo na obia na dwen emifu so time what is timing time bia ye be budget ni bia be enti say a day before say after e be budget enti amone minister no e ya adwen ebi nso fu say look a day before the game, now we budget. Now we take it at the center stage. I'm not discussing this. So be the major talking point, you know, has been the budget. Say as a game no crown, I'm for encounter and so as an entino, I'm for a question at the timing of the budgeter, sports minister, Nhyira Kofi Adams, and so quiet, no. And in person, you started with the budget issues, you know. Na iwia yaba be di tactical enkomo any game no saying na utuado eba approach no na afi yedi nkomo no enso etimi ede afiro now the budget no yen started from Nhyira aye kwabna Japan as they say MPP tu ahene ne asi ahene fo no omto no so abana ono so enya flag bearer emfa ema aye MPP abino and so enra on this same platform and opinion and so a day sansemi a day okay in TV nafi yɛmfa ɛmɛ start discussions no ɛmfa ɛma mo ɛnɛ anɔpɛ yi. Okay.
Well, I think it's in line with transparency. I always believe in transparent governance, so I don't have a problem with that. And I have served as Black Satellites Management Committee member and Black Stylist Management Committee member. We didn't used to take any allowances. We did it from our hearts because we felt a sense of pride just serving our nation. So I don't feel that as a big issue. I don't want us to place too much emphasis on money. Let's concentrate on the football, get the coaches focused, and the players should be also well built for this tournament. It's an opportunity for them to showcase themselves. Soccer has become big business now, and most of them are earning quite well. And they should see this opportunity to appear for their country as a shot in their arm. It adds to their CV as who they are and appreciates their value as football players. So I think most importantly, they should focus on working hard and should be prepared to die a little for our country, Ghana.
Okay. Enti ano yewura kwabena Japan na ode san komo yi ade tu da se also on the timing no onhu bibia wrong. Ose ono odi transparency di. Ose Ghana for hu sika sen na qualifiers na ye kobon, especially your game against Chad ni sika sen that ye kwa akudi. Enti ono no onhwe timing. Ose transparency no ono odidi se hu hia pa Eddie Emma Ghana Nibia. I see a face kasem no. Yin fan to baby. The focus should be at the game na aye kwakobono. And on the ultimate goal I say Ghana Nibia no. And so didn't so because your qualification at the Yakobo at the FIFA World Cup and Yami next year. And so a bit to me at and so our club licenses board no. Yewura kwambani akon ono nso edi ho akotini pa ono nso de na noto budget mu nsensemi yenti ono nso sen na osi hu budget ahun sensem na afi yento so emfa emamo.
I also don't think this is the right time to be discussing those. Not a day
before a game.
A game
like that.
I don't think the budget of the Black Stars was sent to the minister this week. Mm-hmm. Probably it's been with him for some time.
You think the timing of the minister talking about the budget was wrong?
I think he should. He could have done it at a different time. Because you see, imagine we lose the match against Chad tomorrow. What will people be discussing? The budget or the loss?
The budget.
Would they be discussing the budget? Why?
They were discussing the budget.
Why?
That it derails the focus of the
Yes,
team.
I'm saying that they'll be discussing the fact that we're focusing on the wrong things. The real focus is on the match that is coming up.
Okay. Enti any akwambani akon oni yenuanum sporty TV4 na edi san komoyin. I say obusak this question. First of all, time ben and na the budget no come minister. And the first thing. Say budget no contem dia then the minister tena wa na ade be chiama yabo game no and the minister say or the budget no nsem and so eba beto yabo nti say eba sa eba delay ya tension I dey kobo aye game no eba sa na say discussions ni na no I centered around budget. Now, also, we say question we imagine say yabo against Chad that you lose here. Discussions in the saying, are you going to discuss the game or the budget? Me feel said the timing was wrong and no, to me your attention. I did cook game so and so the free hono and then a discussion for the Diana and no questions are. Yura kwambani akon and so ebisa the afa budget one sense man say and so ateki center stage no and I'm person discussing the kakra bi yewia na yenko game no afi yenhwe otuado nin some our can dia game no then of course the tactical approach otuado and so from na 1 p.m. game no and so intimi e ma so abeja from mama kwaba agovi. Good morning. Now to say, Edenyamia say, Bismarck, Osuben Payala. Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to say,
Nyame adom me ho ye.
Ede nyame
Can
ase.
you ever say?
Oh, Charlie ever show.
There is some.
Yeah, you be them.
And then me ho ye pa.
Okay. Kofi. Ever say?
Child away.
By microphone, your microphone.
Any question, Mr.
Sir.
David, show.
As my for game no fala bi.
When you're fala, but see a show. It's a game, it doesn't have to be fala before so beshe. The answer why on your mind is obeshe.
As a more direct you want too much.
Child of one.
Aye. O to say more yes, sir. I be drew an afi, ebe kona jatane da ho.
Oh, na so to no him say we non-negotiable. One in the boys, he knows that this game is a non-negotiable match.
We need to win.
Baby, I boy Drew Rich. Like when you say the two teams are almost banging, your table no so. They are all playing very tough games.
Commons air car way to Mali.
Yeah.
Only DH,
Yeah.
12 points.
Yeah.
Mali so war.
Mali,
9 points. On also said never 12.
On the also 10.
Yeah.
So that game is a good game for us. No difficult game. Mali last game before this Olusu here. Then there is Madagascar also in that group that's playing.
Oh, the Baba discuss here, no, but first of all, I mean, say from war.
Yeah.
Budget on sense, no, what you can be near con, what ye era I accompany Japan.
Yeah.
Kwabe Japan say, or no, on share the timing.
Yeah.
Official transparency, and here. I was a Ghana from whom says he can say, and now a day ball a game, but on only few say the focus shouldn't be Sikanoa, ye de kobo game, no, but the focus should be ye kosha game, no. Utie ye rock on Ben Yakonsoa. Also, only minister no enyadwene ne ene ne nyadwene china because the timing of our budget no is so wrong. Ade a chia me amo game. Enti as a basa focus ni nyina no ebe budget. Area no mienu no kakra bi na infamy the game no nkomo.
I think the engineer there or my childhood hero. Me Corona meaning, and I'm talking about engineer Kwabena Japan. Me Corona meaning, you know. Me mama will always encourage me to listen to Kwabena Japan because he speaks well. I mean, proper gentleman with the things that he's saying. I'm sure the engineer will allow me to disagree with him, kakra. I think say for all of us, there were some slides. Disagreement and you don't encourage and now from time you pon show I've had a lot of calls and I've had a lot of messages from people I'm here close to them, people are far from who listen to the show that express it say make us a time and the right thing and as I make us a genuinely minister and I read a message from Rahim to you. Rahim Kofi, hope you're fine. Just that I don't agree with you and your guys about the Black Stars budget / by the sports minister. Even when the budget wasn't made public for the whole 8 years of the previous government, how many matches did we win? We couldn't even qualify for AFCON. We salute your job, but also our honorable minister, we are resetting Ghana as a whole. Great. The last part on a baby, but I won't take my mind there. So you see, I think meaning of Obiaya when they say, okay, there's a little bit of a disagreement because Unimade. The bigger question is about accountability. Which accountability in a year? In fact, me force 100%. I will not be happy say me no year juma. Na dey be akata sumu mu aso adwuma na me no year. I will not be happy say me no year juma. Na dey be adwuma na ye na say hu akire. Enya de papa. So it's important for us to always do it like that. Openness no, is very important. Like the engineer kind. Rich, I think say Abia no man come as me, but succinctly it has been put by Dr. Kwambani. So since and I said Dr. Kwambani on Kanasi, but last time I met him at the airport, we didn't come. It was just quick conversation straight away. The problem is the timing. There is nothing wrong with their minister here, and you see, so the Dr. Kwambani he made mentions of the fact say, oh yeah, sure said the budget wasn't given to the minister. A day ago, 2 days ago, 1 week ago. Because he himself Black Stars don't remember this month. So it means about 3 months. I don't know what the modus operandi here with respect to preparation for games. But it means that about 3 months, 2 months, 1 month at the very least, the minister probably would have known. Which at that time, incubating the about out, near doing come on. By the time the players come that they need the focus to go and play, though, then they would have finished everything that they have to do. And Rich Metias here, the argument of the other side say, Abrani and Farmer can almost say. But the counter argument from my end is that Sisia and Nyamia Dum, the team is performing well. There is good vibes. Maybe in our part of your world, you value psychology. And the importance of the emotions when it comes to things like this. And yes, small things, but it makes the difference. We are on a good run. We don't want to upset it with Sanyama way. So we could have done it months prior, a month prior, or even weeks prior, which not 2 or 3 days to a game. Crucial game away from home in N'Djamena. No. Anytime when he has idea. So I'm on the side of Dr. Bam Benyako. And so Asima catch me about engineer Kobreje Japan. In fact, engineer goes on and says that he agrees on the other side, say the focus should be about the game. So if the focus is supposed to be about the game, then the money conversation shouldn't have been there. And engineer is spot on. You're making sure say you bear oneness, openness, accountability, everything should be done. But in all of that, the focus should not be about money.
And Kofi, me problem cranny. Budget in the command ministry no. Sabi F you know the custodians of the Black Stars.
Yeah.
I'm going to for.
Yeah.
Inti Black Stars in the Sikabia, you didn't know hono.
Yeah.
It's not from the FA.
Yeah.
From a buying.
Yeah.
FA need the budget aba. Or the by minister only what buying tenasino. O si weni you feel say you be free sua sabi. Eno ma yentimi nka say yentimi kobo game no. Nti niam bi wa ya slash. Ebi wo okra say ye frim.
Yeah.
Then na see yen kwan.
Yeah.
Senka minister ba you say, look, game na ye kobo sika say ni say de kobo nki ye wie. This discussion ke back and forth game this
the details no.
And who?
Yeah, the details because Rich, I can't go from the devil is in the details. Details no. Because
at the end of the day no, you be say Ghana for whom say born na ye kobo sika say ni say ye finito.
Then ye kone ye ba. We explain, we use ABCD throughout the Black Stars.
If the Sabian is here, per se
yeah.
into the nitty-gritties of it, then yes, sir.
Yeah.
But a day before the game, you don't do these things.
Yeah.
It is over here. Now that I can't be on your a very vital question, say. And Nano Susumina Su.
Yeah.
Say a Kobo game ni against Chad.
Yeah.
Now, a child the Cossain, meaning saying Sisadi, but say child the Cossain.
There's a possibility Chad beats me a shame.
Fine, football.
Ball, yeah.
So, dear, discussing the bending.
Yeah.
Are you going to talk about budget?
Yeah.
Or what? Answer. Now say ye bien promoted the amount team this say. And I say again look at the ever change Kobono. What's Ghana and what discusses
Dr. Banyako is a seasoned football management person in this country. He understands these things. Psychology of players from experience. He gets it. And it is not needed. Maybe I mean, like I said, and I have a lot of messages with people disagreeing. Say,
me I know Obi Krabi Dimatem.
I mean,
and I'm catching it say. Ebi ayasem na ye kan onyanti ase. Me tie me pese anytime be a Black Stars kasem should be out there because I am mienu na taxpayers money and the ma Black Stars.
Yeah.
Every for no nyom sika. What I say? And I say every need the bibi come ministry. That ministry feel say sadio of money yentimi nya. They should tell them.
Yeah.
Yentimi nya. But sad discussions near the public. Now a day before a game, crucial times say. Yeah, this I only have a problem. BBN was so man no say if any be become no man if you say engineer it is a trouble. We have every right. And see I know be di matter me I mean you know me mfa.
Oh say
me reply kra na ayode. Memfino kra.
We are just expressing your thoughts about Rich. There's no problem.
I'm cry allow na. Aya. Budget.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sɛ wotie engineer Kobreje Japan na wotie Dr. Bani Akwan, do you get the sense that any of them is against accountability, say Yebu Akonta on the budget? So that is not the topic. That is not it. That is not what we are discussing. And yet, ye can want some say obi support ya kuntabu na so obi support obi a support it and it won't support ya kuntabu. Why will you be against accountability? And nobody is against it. Rich, me, I am not even enthused about the timing debate in Umpo. Okay. Because only if the right thing is done, and for one time cry, yes, I know. The effects will be okay if it is the right thing being done. Honorable Kofi Adams by and a microphone this is synonym. Rich. And a better microphone anymore was you. As part of the directive from the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Any leadership or say a free necro say yeah national team arrangement biase ye kobo ball and as ye kobo tournament. Me as the Minister for Youth and Sports, I was a mini Ghana man for Bekasa. Namumamu akontabosika ye de air kwako boss match and as ye de tournament no. It me better na hey. Me jumedi etia and say senior president and she say mutieno. Me baba be diso. Me ba ye yabo Chad, yabo Madagascar, Yakobo Unity Cup. Yaba bebo 2 matches against Chad away near Mali on Monday. And Ghana for Mumbia Masum. Game na ye kwa kobono. Ye ni Chad no. Akomesika abaya jiatum from cabinet. Na ye instructed the Minister for Finance. Say only says can from my $800,000. Out of the $800,000, you know, this is the breakdown. Flights, hotel, per diem, bonuses, other contingency costs in ye. Rich, you think Asemi Baba? No. Asemi Ama. And it will have been the same timing. But enko fa be ama. Rich, yanka no krenchire ho. Ade akofa ye aba. Eye the mood na. Any the way he presented the budget vis-a-vis for unwanted reasons. He felt say exercise now he needed to present the GFA proposed budget and save face, make people see him as why you may be anti muntio every for no musi buene no mope he me twam mate so aba say my yesi those details no enu na akofra nkomo na yedi na ba no. Rich, me say, Second Minister no coin and coca say, this is the approved budget. This is the breakdown of it. I am telling you, I can't go find Sakasa Bebeni Mada. Na me busa minister no. Because I have already made the point. And your pointer, Oma me 200 times I may change. Say, on pe, and on nim ni tinimupo asamuntia. He wanted to present the budget in the way he presented it. And for me, I saw him say it was a calculated attempt to say, where would you papa? Rich Anyasa. He's not the first person to read budgets to the public. You see, we have finance ministers. Read the budget, I read the media budget in actually. Rich. Have you seen in the same NDC government, Honorable Atoforson, the finance minister, go to parliament and say me ko read Ghana yako mabosika for the year. Oba wasi yako mabosika for the year no. My minister started from the agric sector.
Agric for the way.
Agric minister for the Bremi, a budget of $20 million.
And I was mean,
and I'm to tell him, Michigan, which I was here, say, and to pay the research agenda, no, 20 million no more, ye came and ye more 50. Is that the way the finance minister presents the budget? Intimidate, you see, Ghana Hana, ye won, rich. Say, Assemble. There are two categories of the discussion. The populist side. Yodium, no. And those who are very, very principled on doing the right thing, even though it is not populist. And you know, but that is the right thing you need to tell them. Finance ministers are in the past. When they come to read the budget, they tell us ministry by ministry, sector by sector, what the proposed budget was and what has been approved. Rich, they go on direct and tell us the approved budgets. That is what the public interest is interested in. Rich, me say, oh say, and they are very, very familiar with corporate governance. And can yes, sir, and can some way can reach, and can you need 2 seconds or 1 account? Because the fundamental point then say, Rich, before we arrive at every approved budget, there are processes. There are processes. In some chofona, ye leading the discussion, at every radio station, those in some chofona, if they are about to do any activity, they present their budget to the account office. In the process of presenting their budget, don't they even have the natural feeling say budget here midiko uchu mutai ino obetuchebim obetitibi so. And sometimes even for shaggy reasons, Edwiania unim say abontin your team members munya 50 series plate ibesomono. You want to cushion it to about 80 because you know say when you go 50. The accountant will okay, say 15 idea, then I will reduce it to 40 and after 30. So you cushion it to 80. Then you are able to get your 50 because it then becomes the reasonable price I'll pay. Rich, these things are done. Oh, baby. But you see, they are communicating. Any day, any day is the one. After the internal processes of the pros and cons, the actual work the approving is what is called the budget for the events. And yet the internal processes now and normally what we know as the budget is after the discussions and what will be approved is what we call the budgets. Look, Rich, Makasa Semuya for years. Within the last 2 years, after some of my colleagues, journalists, here, and they also start running the same narrative. Rich, budgets are F4 at the Comma Ministry. Budgets are Ghana for you interested in when it comes to national team. Say 20 billion in po and they are approved. The process of the spending is strictly done by the ministry.
I feel phones just come.
A typical example. Say, young father say, and I have said here now, say $5,000 for food here at the Braka. But Rich, even if that was approved, even if that was approved, there is nowhere the ministry will give $5,000 to the FA. Say, Monje. Na fuwa na mo say $5,000 na beso na mo fanto. That is not how you spend government money. Rich, the process of the spending, and I say the purse holder from the ministry will hold the money.
What him no omu tu kwan ministry no. You only honest can kuta no.
Who hold the money tio?
Ye koto ya wo the receipt ba na ya
Yes.
diska.
Na ye duru baby a ye koto ale na. Ye bufu oni gumwa. Purse holder na tiaka agi receipts for accounting purposes. There is nowhere in the spending of the national team. Aye sika from abai ho. Edema FNI say J. So I say they say na ne bone tie dia and ya gine kutia. It is not done anywhere, even including hotel bills ni bibia. Until sometimes no cry bi o ha because of entropy ye for a long time. It is very difficult for more mutio to accept. Say some now can and this tie dia and you know tete no we've had a certain narrative for a very very long time. It is no cry sa. You see, Rich, finally, Sanko Fombo Gidi say, Ayala, the old Kenyan etasumu, but unim, your point is that even though we know the processes of spending, and Kofoni Buyen, a dear because they connive, Omumi no, I had the FNE ministry no, Omu Jitum no, Omasha. Say that we book Ghana for no medio musica. Rich, if that is the case, say as our perception that Ghana for a team, and Tina Debia we are upbeat about blasters budget in the idea. Rich, who then do we blame? If the perception are there, say ampa ministry for no more coin, na omu kunavi with the FA to say omu broti budget no, na omu this can be a shom bottom. Rich. Then there is only one place as a citizen of Ghana. There is only one place I can go and blame. It is the government and the ministry. Because, Rich, about every 4 years on the 7th of December. Now you go through that process now. What we do, and they say, we entrust the resources of this country into the government that wins the power. And and in the next 4 years, make a change and say, me taxes are metia. The resources are all Ghana memu hani nyinano. Onu and taking control. Na on managing money. Rich, say otsina ho. Emma will be free baby. And in the best home. Na omu buyen edi esika na. Eya onu and I me blame no. That is the issue.
Even so na yeni game ne ho enkomo. Nyame adoma and 1 p.m. and na obi man so Jamina 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier child Ghana and so ebetimi about channel so say your group one no ye boy we Madagascar about Central African Republic and you 4 p.m. Omo we are na enyumre nonson Mali and so atenefi normal atwen eye Comoros na ye ko game na anu otuado and Central for Asia first Odinkanka bibi edefa a child team na ene ye no mo ebo enso ebo omo ankasa krumu no na de de kan otuado so atete samanfo so a child dey helping boys obia so mbi enti na kind of a training game bi kra ye boni ye dey prepare kwan ababo Mali game on Monday ebekoso awo the Accra Sports Stadium otuado say child for no mo man direct wo mo na yes sir.
Yeah, sure. Anything else doesn't make sense. We have to do our homeworks now here in Chad. We have to win this match to keep those who are behind us at least with the same points behind us. And if we are a little bit lucky, we can even extend the points. So we have to do our homework, and the worst thing we can do is to underrate Chad. I hear a lot of people talking about Chad as if they're not that good, and yeah, it's an easy win. People are already talking about the World Cup, but I think this is the biggest mistake we could do, to underrate a team, to think we have already made it. No, it's hard work. It's going to be very, very hard tomorrow. It's going to be hot. It's an AstroTurf. It's a different terrain. They are at home. The fans will be cheering for them. So it's going to be difficult. Nowadays in football, there are no more small teams. And I know that surely if we get an early goal or so, it can be easier. But in football, anything can happen. And like I said, we don't have to underrate them. We have to be focused, we have to be concentrated, and we have to believe in ourselves.
Okay, and the coach to the head of your child game, no? And I say, yes, or no, be I doing a group in the they are the hipping boys. But they say African game, a yini pa. And Obia onim game no some no new coach, new venue, new set of players the new coach ball no so afefe ni na no feel say ni na no enso ebe play vital role in any game any air child for no enso ebe bo no o say ebe ye mistake se Ghana ebe direct to omo yes sir ye dey ankasa we are doing that on our own peril and also ebe to me aye on mine na o did so on the they are well focused and then omo any child game no omo so ebetimi akwago pama no so no mabo game no edi ama aye Ghana na owie ye no na o so o bibi kakraka edi fa pitch na enne ye bebo so aye game ye nti otuado e wo child for no pitch no eso.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm surprised that CAF allowed this pitch for an international match. The pitch is really not good. It's very hard, so for the players it's like playing on concrete. But yeah, what can we do? We have to take it as it comes, and we are prepared. We observed everything today. Like I said, it's not a good AstroTurf, to be honest. Nowadays there are far more better AstroTurf, which are also much more healthier for the players. We are excited, looking forward to that match. We know it's gonna be tough. To play away in Africa is always tough. Now also under these circumstances it will be different because the players are not used to play on artificial grass. But let's see. I think we are mentally prepared, and like I said, the boys look good and sharp on the pitch today. So yeah, I'm looking forward for this match tomorrow.
Okay, enti otuado say no am koye training our park ne so no. Observation kakro ye and say I AstroTurf for say new stadium and na amosi AstroTurf. Na I say aso den. It is said you ugina concrete so no. Aso den pa. Na say the enemy in place dodo na no. Abobo abuchi omo ye known to aye grass. Aso no mbobo. Enti we na ya artificial na enso no sa e din no. Eno ene ade ba ko a ogidi se be high team no say eno ho se CAF fo team G2 say yembo international game awo but ni na mu no game ni de ede a ebeba so ntino ne mrante no omonso mentally omonso asake omo ho prepare omo very well omo edi ewram nyame adoma enawia 1 p.m. ebra ene Chad enso ebo ho nti ahonsam no ena yetimi adi amamu Bismarck Ojibempayala mama cha se free ho.
You see yama ye tie frontiers here stadium na ekobobo no eno na se wo share e wo YouTube in share TV a hunu fe stadium ni din e de Stade Olympique Marshal Idriss Deby into ewo in Jamina. Stade Olympique Marshal Idriss Deby Itno and a dia a that stadium neso. Now a one of stadium I see across the world around 150 by the Chinese. Now a part of China for omo policy bia omo for stadium diplomacy. Enti omo ankasa ena aye omo ankasa research ena omo si o ye 150 venues bia ye besi ekosi stadium eche omo for diplomacy purposes ebia ye kosi amomo na yeso so we say no for omo fa de enchekwa. But on the face of it, the policy is that ye stadium no near the ache. Enti se one who says Chad e was 9 stadium na. That is the background to why they have that. And yet country nankasa sika China and a SC at their chair omo. Now Rich, when I did my research and found out this, Miyamu shame say Cape Coast Stadium ye kanwana because China phone is my but a border so Ghana Rich. it may be biao, but that is just by the by. Rich, Enra, I made some calls to Chad even before Tuado Bekasano. And the first worry the Pakon raise and say, Ayala, pitching is doing too much.
That is a concrete.
And will be a complaining. Players, coaches, will be on the neighbor subia a complaining. Say, Utio Tuado, and the first statement, and they say, and one why it has been approved. Look, Otto, Africa has a standard of inspection. We are more of the idea and not the quality of Adiano. Because Sanka, if they've tested the hardness of the pitch, they would have raised issues. I'm saying a better place when Omobesia kind was one. Now, Rich, men come and question. We have to be careful. After knowing the state of pitch, but for we also have to pray. Say, no man, NC 1. Enko prepare players no, and 2. Enko my players no go 9. But Rich, the good thing and I say, even though you get to say yeah, more players are or more foreign base, no. Even the local players of Chad, stadium here can once me Rich bobo or
a new stadium.
And the FNA never got no. And even them no omumpono, they will feel the effect of our pitch in the city. The only difference is say yeah players number feeling more because they are coming from more of a professional base standard. And you know that is what we are expecting. Rich, yeah adjusted. Now within the 90 minutes, you know, the betting free game, the free near Vambra. Me the betting yakano no. The states now pitch the woman there. Yeah, just it. Now yam within the 90 minutes, you know. Yam wanna send you betting yabono. Now yam to me 3 points, you know. Na yam Vambra. A drew whether we are is a must win here. I think so when we get to the tactical border, yeah, proper analysis into the game, you know. And when we will draw all the inspiration of a must-win, how you approach a must-win game away in Africa, how any child a boy some months ago, how you say the we as a weakness and also a pounce on Biamunisano Rich, it will come in my next submission when I go to the tactical board and discuss the game proper.
Also bring my pitching issue, but before no said the new stadium. A new coach in Raul Savoy on the ne original chart for the bench then almost answer our new kits 14 sport wear and entirely new place and now my friend on the bobo game we almost say ticket no everyone's on being free I'm a ticket Libiama Krumo for no so no etimi aqua game go until
Rich, I think for me it's about the focus on the game. AstroTurf is an AstroTurf, but any idea the players they who be there. For most of the teams, you know, in Europe, they don't like AstroTurfs because at the end of the day, AstroTurfs Emma when you're the best out of.
I'm say prepared players.
I don't know, too hard and flexible and affecting muscles of the players. No, it's good say we know this. It means that we are going to be careful. I think one other thing that's going to be very critical part in terms of game, you know, is going to be time, you know, at Chad. And if you check the time difference between Yen and Chad, it's going to be a huge factor because it's a park no swording. NASA also heater. It means that pressing intensity crab a from. So how do you manage your pressing intensity? How do you manage that plus the weather of the place, no, with respect to your friend is saying the playing surface, no, something that is very important. But Rich, to be very honest, I don't expect anything different. I think that regardless of whatever the playing surface is, it's a game as it is. And may call tactical board, no, so we'll delve into the nitty-gritties of the game tactically, sure. And then this and community there.
Okay, so at this point, also bet me the message no about our YouTube Insha TV. Na ya kenkan and so at the amount a na game no eba so yene a child of prediction and saying Fabra sisi na menkan mfama na afei yenko tactical board no so yeni nkomo kakra be ne me be lines nintam na monso ma be chama dwen e wo dwumadie no so Lawrence Appiah say Charlie there say what for cry will score them. I don't know to how to say mama nke kasa yes we do that on our own peril. Okay, I say if the focus should be about the game, then drop the budget topic and focus on an afternoon game. Okay, that's the opinion. I'm saying the canning no budget. Also, wait to the prediction in the aba. Na akinkan and so etimi at the ama Dixon Okai. I say Ayala, you know the number of stadium the Chinese built, but you were not able to find out which countries those stadiums were built. Yet you are playing a devil's advocate Aden Kepo Stadium. Okay. Honestly, the message of the Abraham and no prediction is saying ahead of the game. Na Fifi Manfred and Sati yen tactical board section no emfa emaina fi yen jadi aka no mama na so ma chama dwen emfa ayedwumadi no enso asomesamo me ye ton car ye ton e car na car no Hyundai Elantra Oko America for them so ye can Hyundai go vui Hyundai Elantra 2019 na an engine no size no 1.9 there's and the consumption no very very good and so ebitimi abo e ka monography na ye e free port into ani je ho Hyundai Elantra 2019 1.9 engine size and part of number 0552 711 268 0552 711 268 na wani jenwa oni no eni hu nkomo na afi onso kotoka no na ka ona Kofi we ready yenko na ini game no nkomo kakra bi
okay Rich my ready na baby di game no nkomo obviously we know the caliber of game babebo Ghana Black Stars near bo away from home far away in N'Djamena. Now, I think say just before we go on into the tactical analysis, you be here the background analysis morning. First off, it's a Rich. We started the African Cup qualifiers before the World Cup qualifiers. Now, we have not been successful in the African Cup qualifiers. But for some reason, I say pressure from Ghana for team Obiano and the fact that Utwaro team have found their form, you're not very, very good success as it stands now in the World Cup qualifiers now. And into Ukuye group Nima, we've had just one loss. And some loss no team share you know your last game the World Cup qualifiers. Apart from that, we've won all 5 of our games. Meaning that you were 15 points in the group, having played 6 games. Out of a possible 18, you were 15. We have beaten Mali away from home. We have beaten Madagascar. We've beaten Chad here at home. So a very good positive for us. Rich, Comoro Islands at the second with 12 points. And that is the team that have beaten us in the competition. I know a big game to play on the last day of the competition. Madagascar 10 points, Mali 9 points, Central African Republic 5 points, and then look at a very interesting statistic of Tima, your friend Chad. Chad at the bottom. We bought 6 games, or 0 points, or minus 14 goals. If you look at the detailed statistic, Chad actually 1 goal, we conceded 15. So
defensively, we are very, very
yes.
poor.
Even if you do a division of the 15 games we won by the 6 games we won by the 15 goals we consider, it means we are looking at more than a goal per game. Every game the Chadians do concede, and which only will be able competition. Now I just 3 games. Now only 1 point cry, and technically it's as if the team cannot qualify out of the group. Psychologically, they are in a bad place. And even if you say,
almost for pride in Okano. It makes it difficult for them because they are really down. And the last time everybody saw the performance and the scoreline when we played here in Ghana. It was a total drab. Not an easy game, but we got a job done. Which, you see, when you look at the Black Stars, I think say on the African continent, there are only a few teams that are on your match, when it comes to quality. And the depth in quality. Which, sir, Oshe, your goalkeeper, sir. It looks as if CCA or Black Stars team, that is the weakest link in the team. And I'm saying this because when you compare the quality of other departments now, you compare the quality of the defense, quality of the midfield, and the quality of the attack. We have a certain Antoine Semenyo in our team, who has been nominated as the Premier League Player of the Month in the first month. We have a certain Mohamed Kudus, who after the first 2 games at Toria Mospe, everybody felt like this is the Mohamed Kudus again, proper player. Some of the top teams are battled for his signature. Regardless, look at the quality of even Fatah Isakumu, who are not in the team. Look at Obitise Abenti friend Jordan Ayew, who had gone on to Leicester City. There is quality. Then which only maybe on your team where a lot of quality but we hardly even talk about.
Wingers,
no, even before wingers, yeah. I'll talk about the fullbacks.
Okay.
And now wing backs, because there's a possibility we can play in a 3-back. It's Obitise Calibri. Obitise Kiona Yadina Beka team. Tariq Lamptey is in the team. We're moving from Brighton and over to Fiorentina. There is already Gideon Mensah as part of the team. So there is quality across the defense. And now we can comfortably play in the back. In fact, I believe strongly that based on the research of the game in the Unity Cup and the subsequent games, Otuado called this number of fullbacks because he wants to play in a certain tactical setup, and we'll go on to that when we go on to the tactical board proper and have that conversation.
So likely a bit many new faces be.
Yes.
From the Unity Cup boy.
Yes. We can get some of them starting today. I won't be surprised.
Okay.
See our boys Nhyira almost starting now. It's Rich. We are in a good place. And I think that Rich, we didn't qualify for the African Cup of Nations. But the World Cup gives us a very, very good opportunity to go and showcase your football. And then there will be analysis that I chanced on TikTok. And the person goes on and says clearly about the fact that welcome to Africa, where Ghana has not qualified for the African Cup, but they are in poor position to qualify for the World Cup. That is African football for you. That is pure African football for you. So there are no names again on the continent. It's about getting onto the field of play and then delivering. Which this is a very good team that the last time we put out when we played here in Ghana. But this is a team that we are going to be without Abranteɛ Yefreno Jiku because of a subject of transfer conversation and he is not settled on his future. And Abranteɛ Yefreno Alexander Jiku is not part of the team. Also, Pencil, and so although he was called, he's also not part of the team. So it means that automatically we will get one change in defense, automatic.
So no have excuses to do.
Oh, move here in the club and then you
the last time was a passport.
Okay, Pencil.
Yeah.
What's that? No control, no rich. A embassy for now.
It's getting out of hand.
Sometimes I don't even understand them because Obi our bobo do sa level no sika or there. When it comes to an embassy, but them too it's about principles and doing the right thing. Then we face them in. To which we have the quality. You see, I've listened to Tuaro. I think that in this country, only a few people have been as clear and adamant on almost stance on Otuado than I have been. And made him several times. I think that we a team near one. We need a young progressive manager to take us where we want to go to. And watch me. Said tactically he's dynamic. And your match be an 4-4-2. And your match be an 4-3-3. And your match be an 4-2-3-1. Sometimes it's about the materials you have in the team to be able to change it. But in this job, but I also do understand, say, it's about results. It is result oriented.
enuti se ye shega na obi aka se fi otuado na woka se yenya ntobase kakra ma no and you can do the job no onya there because you don't have results on the face of it to show. I agree with them. I mean, maybe I may not even agree, but I understand them in that regard.
They say a numbers game.
Numbers. And what Kasama account in Tia Badia, they comes to the Kosi saying,
pulling numbers.
You pulling numbers the bar.
And Fadia,
Nedmedu.
Saint Amorim say,
Amor, but Otuado the Indian to us. Because Otuado Amaye out of 6 games was 5.
Okay, that's good.
Now, near penny now as of mine, and I say, Rich, you bring your consistency, Kakra. And you have any African Cup qualifiers results in it. But your World Cup qualifiers are not a year. What is the disparity? And it's in Yawaha. Can we marry both and make sure see your consistent, sustainable results in making sure see they be at least Obianka see and lose match there. But we know that we are on the right track to growth and development. Very important. Which yesterday I liked Otuado. He spoke professionally, like how almost every coach will speak. Whatever the case is, you don't have to underrate or underestimate your opponent. Where's now your rookie mistake? Mitier Sal suggesting some time about when the teams elbow against smaller sides. According to Sir Alex, or say your coach and that's your team. Now you think here. Now against smaller sides. When said there's an opportunity to show you say well, in Boston. It's on a break. Any scout to meet her, any opportunity for you to get to baby I want. It is on normal 100% that you have to give 120%. Else you won't win the match.
He has nothing to lose.
No, exactly.
Oshana any news.
One shot, Samaba.
Miami, Manchester, now Burnley. Osha Burnley.
Burnley
sure is news.
A problem.
Yeah.
So you have to find a way to win the game. And so I like what Otuado said. Which can we do anything about the pitch at N'Djamena? No.
No. Yeah.
And I am sure that Otuado knew because I knew.
Hi, Africa.
Yeah.
This is Africa.
It's me and you be for pitch the way N'Djamena no. And Otu has to get a job done and deliver. You see, one here, because of pitch the way N'Djamena and Intino, there are some players here and Kiebet expect to come Bobby. And I said, come start, almost started. Because some players will probably have history of certain injuries. You don't want it to niggle. Better injuries never pop up. Better for the baby no. Now for the player no boka castle to check in 9 years. So Otuado may be a little bit careful. Which the Chadians are not a threat.
So me feel say Otto with problems are when I'm coming home pitching on. Players like Patenom Kudus no many adeno. Yes, excuse me,
Pate for one.
Yeah.
Kudus are
because a crucial game against Mali.
Yeah.
The managing game we na first our players remember.
Yeah. You see, and he was squad depth to manage to do rotations.
So let's manage the game.
Yeah. Which between the Chad game and the Mali game, then it's more crucial.
Me who say Mali there no.
Which you share.
More a score to settle with us.
But once we beat, imagine we go in there to go and manage. No more share 1-0 ni antia. Which one of the Bia catching me?
Kofi Chad
one of the Bia catches a Kofi elbow, Kofi Nantuas elbow. But when the easy. And you United you live in Adebe. Who United you live in Babia Maza?
Masa.
Yes, sir, I know you with them how.
Now send Tom and Jerry, you dear Black Stars in Como. Me. I say, open so maybe team.
What I predict moment fact.
It's bad.
Oh, I love Manchester United.
Oh, love it. How you show the better than you.
When better be careful say. And your Manchester United prediction in our debate. Because what should I do for you about?
And Yamorin to pay. Open to her. You're up now. You're my island, so now you're going to maybe lines in Tampana.
When they got there, almost everything that they have to do. Have you realized that there is some good vibes around the camp now saying?
Yeah.
And also there was a video of how Antoine Semenyo born maternity almost a boy called Kudus or kinds of matter. We can do your bomb we come back. When you had to us so they will come back.
there is the good vibes. Things seem to be going the right direction. Derek Key on mobile, they've integrated them then nicely. On the party, money at the aiding come. I like the fact that Partey doesn't look perturbed. He is calm and going about his duty, which is very important. Rich, you tactical board and Kasasu game. My selection of Jesse here is going to be a little bit problematic, but then see, I share red, go green. It's and one of my pick up, I don't know, say me green, correct green there, but then it's the Ghana jerseys that I've brought in here. Which do you want us to go with a back 3 or a back 4? Mind you, Jiku absent. We'll get your other centre back, Jerome Opoku, as part of the team. El Horum. Do you want a back 3 or a back 4? Because in a back 4, a automatic say the pairing of Salisu and Jiku, which was automatic and was working. But Washa, usually when we have to play very difficult games, I see a manager auto consistently want to go into a back 3. Why? He wants to use what we call tactically the cloud in wide areas. Or person or using the wing backs and the suffocating opponents in wide areas and have a lot of wide or lateral overloads on the team. And I think that we have quality at wing back. In fact, whatever the case is, Alexander Jiku was an RCB right centre back or a team. So if we are not going to have a bench friend Alexander Jiku, now bench friend at the moment so out of the team because of injury, then it means that in these 3 centre backs, the big question is, then he appear on the ball, then he appear off the ball. How do we want to play? Which I expect us to dominate the ball. But I think the game will be decided earlier or not on or off the ball. So we have a problem with contrast as I'm seeing on the TV. It's my men's colors maybe. Now me much more contrasting colors. And maybe what if we beat me? I show no me nicely for me, Michelle Pa. My no white because I can see for me as a contrast no any cry. My no white. Aha, now many has so black for you. Quickly, I'll wrap it up for you very soon. Which it's Jamaican. Do you rather want a back 3 or a back 4, Richard?
Enko 3 back.
Since
we don't have Jiku.
Tiambo Etremiensa.
Because Abdumumi so ama.
Abdumumi here on your website.
So yes, stick it to Jerome.
Jerome
yeah.
And Salisu will play as part of the back 3. And then you add Gideon Mensah on the left.
Sure.
As part because I was about in the back 3 before. That means that at left back corner, who are you playing here? As your left wing back.
Maybe I'm share winning.
Derek Keon, a left back.
Keon men share and share.
Who said and share?
My man so good.
He's solid. Take it from me. I've told you, media Makacho said because of Olehones and nephew or the manager of Stuttgart. And last season, normal games, almost share a lot of goals. And a lot of the German people were saying he's one of the best new emerging manager. Germany Kumon was Hones, who is the nephew of Bayern legend Hones. So I wanted to go and watch him. And he's good. He played under him at Stuttgart. So I don't know what you want from the game. But you see, at the Unity Cup, you used to Calibrenchi as a wing back also at some point in time. It is okay. So all of these are down to it. At the right hand side, you bet money about your friend Tariq Lamptey. Me not too interested in personnel. Me interested in shape first. Then it will inform us senior game. So you make it a more in the air. Then it means that we will need our wing backs to stretch. Then we need inside forwards. So inside forwards there. We need 2 sitting 6s that are not too flamboyant on the ball. So we can excuse Thomas Partey from this game. Then in the middle of the pack, we play either Abdul Salih Samet in here.
Or Elisha
Usu. Plus Abrantia friend is Suleimana from Atalanta. Okay. He has played for us before centrally, and he was good. Which, because he about with wing backs and he expects wing backs who will keep the weight for us in the wide areas now, we are expecting to have inside forwards. Antoine Semenyo is an inside forward. I'm born from the wings, but he always cuts inside. Mohamed Kudus is an inside forward. Playing from the wings, usually can cut inside. Then we'll have a center forward in that scheme. I want the back 3. But my problem now in the back 3 is that the distances and spaces to press and counter press are born in terminal. Too large. And say temperature no weather no, and I know that Chad is very close to the desert. Say temperature no weather no, any too good for us, and I'm expecting it to not to be too good because of the desert area no. Then we will have a lot of distance to cover. Remember,
relax it.
So we can decide to have just 2 center backs, Zero Mopuku, any Salisu over there.
Okay.
Then with your 2 fullbacks in that regard, when you have 2 fullbacks, then you have your 2 midfielders patiently calm on the ball and then look to open up Chad for them, which I think all through we have a lot of quality.
Okay, to be them.
We have a whole lot of quality.
Prediction is
you bet me that Chadians no. Oh. Media, I don't have a prediction. I just want to win.
Okay.
Media, at the end of the day, I just want to win. And no penny at the Amisha. Yeah, bonfire is at 1 p.m. And yeah, I mean, still young bonfire.
Yeah.
Because if you see the Empire Boy is very important.
Okay, that's it.
Because of the World Cup qualifiers, both in Europe and also in Africa. Michelle, or call it the Fifi Manfred social media handles that you find the codes available for you. But Mebo Bosso Amau in 10 whilst Ayala comes in. Michelle, first one a BWF0976D3. Next one a BWF0827EF. Third one a BWF081FA5. And the last one a BWF081630.
Kofi, may that say, Frank Yabo say all the 2 games are very important. We have to win them all at all cost. 3 points gap may be closed if we fail to win today. As Mali and Comoros crash today at Bamako, we can solidify our first position. Frank Yabo and this message at the Abrayan, me patcho rush energy drink no. Aya to be na enum esanse caffeine wom edna ginseng and so invite me to one na beboa ama ho timi ayeden ntu sorry bia aya nom rush energy drink na ebetimi enso aboa ye pa Dr. Fokosi or the nanum na de esio na de 4 or the ehwe ayare for kontam a the first 20 people no more full package shall come in 300 cities and you know yeshaya sciatica usisi ya stroke hepatitis B diabetes or prostate enlargement and pacho oko edukafuku our pechin number 1 now doctor and so etimi asho kama pa odi bi nom sa na opeso giant san no ma momfa no ko obi jan intentem kra number obetimi ni Dr. Foku adi nkomo na yade bia otu asediama no aye 0550023419 Bismarck ozu bempa ayala yankwe
rich trophy ni o
what cup trophy no
and abena realistically you should be here you for be Cramra continent so keke na you can say oh what cup trophy no our continent so dey akwa our continent so
is it 2010 South Africa and you're back close
of course
very very close and Morocco so
yes I think
very close
Morocco pa na closest with Nansia Katai. But say you did trophy neighbor there. South Africa because of hosting the trophy neighbor continent so for us to play. This is the World Cup trophy. Now Edua, the entire discussing it giddy and say Rich in according to BPI, you see the most prestigious football competition we are. Enti eduwa obia pese onya akonya na otimi ebobi and eba every 4 years and it's a one mobia agisa wo twen 4 years answer na wetimi abobi now Rich on the 5th of December at the Kennedy Center Washington FIFA World Cup 2026 draw no ebekoso US and enkoma yedi ne boy ya yebebo ne ne ene de yebeto so Monday no Rich yeni so de hu nyina ne say nyame ya dom na 5th December to ye ya say event na ekoso at the Kennedy Center Washington DC Rich yes yebetimi atena TV achi ye betena internet achi ni ye betena radio achi ni ahwe baby a oman kunkunu Ghana group kura ye bekom. So all that we are doing is that on 5th of December we want to be part of the draw. Rich, on the continent of Africa, these are the numbers any countries are qualified for the World Cup. I think we have 54 countries in Africa. Rich, only 13 pay and our World Cup. And see, common genuine, and you common at all. Say, World Cup, no man who's on a wukububi. Country on the continent, our World Cup Cameroon 8 times. Followed by Morocco 6, Nigeria 6, Tunisia 6, Ghana about 4, Algeria 4, Senegal 3, Egypt 3, South Africa 3, Ivory Coast 3, DR Congo 1, Angola 1, Togo 1. Rich, only 13 countries.
Egypt is also somewhere local champions. Do have conversation now.
Any of campaigns. Now they've played the World Cup only 3 times.
Yes.
Rich.
No for no call Cup
Omunyadi.
But
Morocco actually. Say Omunyadi still they the North Africans hold Africans best record at the World Cup. Rich, process now here from is to climb up the ladder by saying the next time any picture we will say Ghana go 5. That is the aspiration of the nation. Now, Sir Uber CAF World Cup standings now. Rich, it is instructive to know, say, as at now, Group A is led by Egypt. Group B is led by DR Congo. Group C is led by South Africa. Nigeria will be omuda. 4th, and Nigeria in Group C. Group D, Cape Verde and at top. Cameroon at the 2nd. Group D, Sanoman now. And somebody Sanoma will buy. Group E, Morocco at the top. Group F, Ivory Coast at the top. Then the last set of groups, in Group G, Algeria. In Group H, Tunisia. Then in the last group, which is Group I, Rich, Ghana and at the top. But the concentration is on this group. Group I, baby, Ghana, here one. Now, Rich, I know you about 7. There is a crunch game at Bamako between Mali and Comoros. Now, who should the real standings in the city now? Rich, and you will never catch them and say, Sagem, baby, results be kubiano. See it, me say, child, and we are one. A big boy, papa, rich. A big boy, papa. Rich. And none qualifies in starting with Africa. Seychelles Tifie, Gabon be show me 4-0. You can take inspiration from this. Gabon went away to Seychelles. Omo ko show me 4-0. And omo ko share omo ewo honum. Now Rich, and then you start to cry. You tiano, and you give me 2 early do. Because any girls in the door, but Ghana one near start here there, and some of the Akanina at me I follow our honum. Now, Rich, this was my point. Baby, a money down, any baby, a Comoros down. Comoros enter your chip with 3 points between Yenny Omo. Azumi Mali beat them today. Rich, Mali ever 12 points. With Comoros, then make Comoros lose any approach. Biasa or me add up to 1 points, And Rich, see it, Misha child echo 18. Results be a basic between Mali and Comoros Biano. It will consolidate blasters your chances for qualifying to the World Cup. In the event somebody number Comoros be say or more, Rich. Even before they will meet us on Monday, they would have lost the fight, say, or even qualify and Comoros World Cup. If they beat Comoros on Susua, Rich, Comoros are there to pay. It means that they will have a certain setback. dear talk to rich. Only the idea we must beat Chad. Kiana and then or more points.
To do there.
1 year there. It will come back to haunt you. You are just giving it away. Omo consider 15 goals in 6 games. Omo only 1. And the omo check points new goals. Yeah, already a year away home. And what's your side to omo rich? Near 3 maximum points, you know, every omo chain. And that is the job of the squad. And no crack. You see Alexander Jiku now say or call Russia because or moving from Fenerbahce to a club or Russia and see the contract once and semne or signing new contract until or ye late and in prepare me no can say Jiku aba bedu obedu anura or Ghana but on team flying coach and sign no moment or turn omo so omo ba enanwumre then he joined them for tomorrow training na after ya prepare for Mali game no. But this is okay say Joseph Peso also our excuses. Joseph Peso issue they say that here. Also about US. So he was supposed to fly from Las Vegas to New York and catch a plane from New York to Ghana. Rich or you late from Vegas to New York. Or do New York no, not flight net to Ghana.
Maybe I will it.
It's
the last time
yes, and also have visa issues. And that is the correct.
The passport of you.
Yes, the correct information on pencil. They say he was late to reach New York, and went to me and catch the flight to Ghana. Rich, how do we play this game? Simple. Playing with time. Playing with time. I was here. Fact cause be brave. It is a game we want to win. And we know Ototu, whether home away, he wants to approach the game, you know, in a certain shape. And to send any blasters, you know, Rich, we always want to play in a 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1 now, Rich, because we are not expecting Chad for to attack us brave because they are not so good. And they need to change that. They are not so good. And any team are rich about attacking you brave. We shouldn't be so much afraid of team and friend Chad. Say if that is the approach they are. Not say you be to say you have money be brave, you have money be brave there. Rich, then I think say we must play a lot of the attacking players now. Now you see, let me officer, me no fifi on this point. I'm gonna say, and Kebenya you rest your players nibi because Mujidi say Mali game on a tough now, a bigger game.
Say you rest on at least you there. Bench,
Rich, for me, the best and say we should play per the circumstances. Say what Chad no, your best players. See them so that then we can withdraw them to come and rest. Because Rich, meeting me a catcher will say, because Chad obligation, you know, I can't say I was a show movie. But Mali, ya was so more Bamakuna. See, in your drawn power of fear between you and me, the dynamics is that out of the 6 between us, you're 4. They only have 1. And if you say name, Comoros in Pony challenge, you know, and so date our Bamakoa. Say Comoros and Yanko Shamaliwa. It means the year to Koyamalino. Comoros and Yanko, yes, but Rich, child, dear, Obi Obekonu ho, so on the Kunipaco ho, Obi Sano. Before I go into me Power 11, okay, any child game, Rich, we scored, I think, 2 of our goals as a 3 from set pieces. Defend the corners now. They are not able to defend the free kicks. Intimation say crosses in the box. Any set pieces, Rich, we should maximize it. And Anuntina, Mimeka say, in the absence of Juku, I think say Jerome Opoku will help us because of the height. Yenya Jerome Opoku, right-sided center half, Salisu Sariki left side center half. Then if you need the crosses into the box in the air, then reach Gideon Mensah and Tariq are best pair of lateral defenders, especially when a game we want to attack more. These are two best attacking lateral defenders. I want away team. Now, Rich, we will need one defensive midfielder. And between Ilasa Owusu and Ibrahim Osman Mono, we will need one. I will go for guy who free Atlanta. Now we move to Bologna and Siano, Suleiman. So I will play Suleiman as a main DM. And instead of playing double pivot, Rich, a child, you're more with Thomas Partey. It's your Partey as your number 8. And see, Suleiman Ebuniano, now Partey from deep, a playmaker, so that we can play Kudus as your number 10. Then here too, Semenyo must play on the right. On the left, between Kamara Dean and Inaki, I think Kamara Dean will do well for a game that we need to attack and stretch. Now Jordan as your main striker because or your captain and or your leading goal scorer or the World Cup qualifiers. Rich, with this team, say any football and a BBA team is here. We should be able to beat them from deep. We can control the game. Your players are in tight spaces. Or make match now or my create in Kudus. Say about set pieces are now we have one of the finest set pieces coach. Okay, technical team, you know what? A lot of improvements outside area honum. Then we will have the height and the control. Any BBA. Meaning so before I bet national. What can first 11 alpha players one end up on Benjamin Asai should be there. Okay. There is no reason I was saying on side on your error on your BBA. Benjamin Asai should be there at least on one parish. Ghana for sum Edinachi on that side no. Now me maintenance rich. So the FIFA no and just African games in the pay. Europe so airbo World Cup qualifiers. Spain ebebo and Belgium bebo, Germany bebo and until there are some few odds be which mame from ya hefona omunchabi na yentimi enko yenimtimi seraje na also so efa eye de odebeye ewo ehonum where inquire me good. So these are the odds no. First one a B W F 0C 3883. Second one a B W F 0C 6133. And the last one a B W F 0C F 589. And see, these are the three also now. Obetimi afa na watcha e bet way only for the international break. AFCON qualifiers and Europe qualifiers in matches like one. And a woman also will prediction is saying.
Oh, you better.
You better say your prediction.
Sir,
you better sing. You better sing.
2-0.
2-0. Oh, how many better goes no? And as I die in the one so.
Likely and transitions were red hot.
So Semenyo
score.
Obviously 2-0 and so be
likely and then who say Kudus be go.
So Kudus Semenyo.
Yeah, Kudus Semenyo.
And a Jordan is here. You are to your fufu say out to me. What you train them? Penalty grant was all the.
Okay, Mr. Baby lines na my baby my chama job. Mama me nya iki bi na fe 3220 83581 83582 83583. Maybe I'm on so much me abem. Nyame ya adoma University Basic Schools Sports Association the abetu enemy so mo ye games kakra. Na share on the 9th ya no maybe on the 15th our Pardo Stadium. I want to jumedi no amo no mo say anopa bia 8 sharp. Now I'm the jumedi no e dey ahihye so affiliated schools no e be a KNUST Basic School, Legon, UCC schools ni aka ni na no omina nyame adoma jumedi no e ba so activities no ebi 100 meters, 200, 4x4, high jump, long jump, table tennis, and na a man in now so no abebo a ball and a javelin, and so no ebitimi akoso enti aya na so do ani atrim our Pajo Stadium na University Basic Schools Sports Association games are and so ekoso no so atimi akobo ni akoma na P phones and access to say phone they say can di pa ho na opa original one na nya obi fra hello atembia me patcho beto awo mo nso awo ope Samsung papa to Nokia Infinix Technonum Itel and enkwere tablet om disuse ade ani na no Oma kofe bi ediaba ye promotion auto adea na yacho de bi a branded t-shirts kabotin 5,000 Ghana cedis o bounce na usika no enso afa Ghana card eguta fabra na ye mawo entuetu ade aka no nkakra ye wo adum me patcho friends CA awo 0533 093422 kadum CA na offer na bana wetimi enomo enso di nkomo na usaka ayo phone ken for cyber mesha aye bibidura etu yade bi ete se diabetes ubp me patcho infections ena eha odura nwumra untimi ennaye ota complaining of air pains ken for cyber mesha Oliver obrebo no me patcho kotobi na enom na saya de ndina no ebe friw so na akọ esanse yade yapa Freddie Men's Colinac Glycol Pharmaceuticals our Santase, me patron sabitimi akabi fraying our Zal 245 455 740 na waji edronu ebi top send abroche for muche show in na mesamo mon download the app mon download on phone so sikabi audi fra abroche abagana no use top send na promo code on boy FM eshim me patron yente okaprekra enso enfa enfim edroni nie your friend 3P garlic mixture. You the garlic and aya. Therefore, said the institute yadias and yasam kitokra, stroke, asthma. Ya now ya kesopa so ete or bao coefficient no ayase or ya 3P and I may come for and so at the amaoko may be a toby with drobia. On sabit me akebizal 248 928824 na what me ajibi kama pa. I'm Sakman in an engineering training school sebra. Obuase aye zongo. Behind a Heinz and building, never shall say the city a excavator, bulldozer, roller, dump truck, excavator in an ebetro within 3 months. Now on sweating me when come pa, me patro frechichi and oba. And they your hostel facility in a free factory training, a free. And to do an sober friend number 0539 732 na on so wait me ajibi kama pa o mat perfume mosquito coil and also I will just so a bon ho ban efrin tuntum ho malaria de away smoke ni fra no ba no kiti etikata pa de ebi encho da so sisi eye demo a sanso na ehwam e madam ehwam pa aniti eno an se nwumre bia no obeto eye omat perfume mosquito coil na odi si demo na bibia no aye kama adiama ho kuma se na wo pen depo na our family plaza dining mo enkran depo no our assurance tachiman so no aye depo ni bi our ho opebi etu akoton a 0557 484 08 3 na munomo eni komo medimose sebra na bema bia yen show post no enwansem enka emfama ho sanso na oba awoma ye be show ma awo no aba sanso na utiemi na osen problem bia halitosis obu okasa enye kura enkoye me pacho oba ni na ye be solve sa problem no enso etimi ediama ye hwe yade bia entibra medimosis clinic na yen show yade ma ho ento ye wo Kumasi Santase ahenema kokoben Santase no boaso stretch na part of free so yira 0244 068447 na money yen enso eni enkomo ene a no pay nyame eyadoma yala in FM community soccer quiz no.
Yes.
2025 Ebaso.
Come.
Ebaso gidi. I feel the full package.
Easy. I think the last time Abu ne winnie.
Yes, Abu. Yeah.
Yes, Abu and a winnie the last one. No, the first one also I think was Sokobang. Insha FM Intercommunity Soccer Quiz. 2025. You know, SR Ebaso 24 communities. Na afi achedie de da so no ye say kutu say
amazing 10,000
so it could even be more ebetimi aye more bra na be kire wo knowledge e wo football mu na uya na waji sika botene ne TV ne enye easy enti eba Nhyira FM Inter-Community Soccer Quiz 2025 no eba yes senior pa na fi we de edutum kra and say we community bia prepare ho so that promise na omu di akini obom so mu nimbom no no mu test omu knowledge our football mu our fear from international football to club football to Ghana your local league and your blasters ni bibia udi oni mbom nkwana our community ni kwa dia
bejo form
odi e
tamuchuku friend number ne din komo no to so 0245 594425 0245 594425 na mo nin komo no ento so de chato kra na me lines no Alaska Star Enterprise obeso sisi o dem a ti wo disika kuma bi enso bi awura o dem a ohun se o dem no efepa blanketings wallpaper eco panel sofa cover decorative watches plastic wardrobe carpet in fact bibia beji bibia de sese dem bia no Alaska and our papa ne bo no enso our from tisabre make say okwaduma owura Alaska onya ba bi fa o nansi onima de kruntia niema no efe ene bo no so edafo bia timitobi ekusisi ne dem intimi self number is CA na kokuma se eyadum prudential air plugs ana Mrs. Anoche plugs anima unsabetimi aka omo enso awo ho 0256 330075 boss of them hona unsabetimi aka omo se me be lines no onso bra na be chewa again 3220 A3582 A35 hello
champion Richardo
dankwe
bwazo na ho ye
nyame adom
amenja mu ni abejafo nyina na rich ya dankwe me do adunya yin Ghana gina ko no na yempa ebo nyina ne se na yetimi se child for ne be ka be numbi ye so mu numa na ne abetina se ko dem ne atwen mali ye dia so mo so na Richardo be kire onze Ghana ye first game dia se ya na aye de ne kakra ye fampa ebo ncheche na mi gidi se bo ni baba na wie ya ka be 3 no na 2 no bi de ye be nya dia ba fie dankwe maka
mate be da se dankwe yen fa fro hello
Richardo
yes sir
ana ni ku ko jutu and Peramsa Calipo okay na boss ni dia dia e be che ko suntim ka so any chat ye fa papa so the be trainer for the video set e di gumo mu and nda awie ni beja kudus kama nyamu ye dima na yawa na ga bo kwanse hu hia ma ye papa Richardo trainer fejua e be ma wo
e da se ye fa hello eish ubisima so ma me fa hello
champion Richardo
yes sir
Yakubu na sunje nkan o
agogo sigogo
kai akwa we kru wa se pa wo ju mi na wa o yasa kru wa se nyina ye dia ma wache fani nyina na mesra we de ma mentia mi nipo ba ko pe I friend DKM oba regional organizer or MPP DKM ya twa mo na wi intimate ala po ni ko ka o de ko kwa
okay
hello
yes sir
Mayina prison.
You know.
Pato la do service hashtag.
Pato.
So the DKM. Obeka go for yaw. Yeah. Awaji, we are we charo chawo de no go kan we charo Richardo. Black Stars e betro. Ene die. Obi manso. But o ma ebida. O ma ko obi manso akwa ko share mo nyamda. Ena yisi kra no hwe yi racket to kreku. Every president or party do to near my man say your football be ya kono na e say no make sure that child be show mo me dey be pe score like ya win and everywhere imbuji dey say kiane ke dey ya Black Stars ye di kunimdi e beba ma mencha do account na o US na mencha ko na full abi enemy angasa me doctor nanamo be obi a mencha
that's pa memfa last 2 calls na mencha mo kitu emra hello
Agodi konfo me mo ha o
mejoso
me pato me dia ni yaw amponsa me ka safri asante achim kurofa nvi agogosi DKM Daniel Kobreu yi onu ana beko na minia me kakra me kan se Yina yam fampa bonta brasage, so your kotoku, so your wanyo, and quiet that the tano bisibiano. Now, young Casso almost one more college, Madao, almost a bayer more bunties, a year when you can share. Meet me, sir, and when you know, make your amica, Dr. Francis at Marco Francois, incoming MVP.
That's it. That's a last caller. I'm in trouble.
Richardo.
Soloniana.
I tell you one family. And on your wardrobe.
As I hope radio, so if you home.
The radio part of the home, after maybe at the after being an obvious speaker, what on idea?
Okay.
Rich, my job be a cacra. My memory, I was a foreign number, so I'm afraid I can't say one someday. I'm not from Power to say what your mom of the gun of Nami MP, honorable from Cabo, I mentioned. I can't make any say, and I can bet 1 hour and some few minutes now, gun in Napono. Your bonfire is against Cardinal, you take me qualification. The beer drew no, Ghana is taking because of World Cup, what I say, because a month for the year budget, so we could use any Canada, any Mexico, and Yadikatwa, and the bonfire and Nebraska. Okay, face a good time. I see me show my hands down. I'm a man against Melanie, so never be a simple. Honorable for simple machine of MP Michano, Medase.
That's it, and so yet that's a palm. Some mammy Tamumra. Yabana Menubiana, a femedia Samamu. Ebi Yanchakra, Yabasiana, Abatua Swamo.
Bema, Johnson, Mupai, a become.
Realistically, and she be here. You have to cram round continent. Now you can say, oh, World Cup trophy, no, our continent. So they are quite our continent. So
is it a 2010 South Africa? And you're back close.
Of course,
very, very close. And I Morocco, so
yes, Morocco. I think
very close.
Morocco, partner, closest. With Nansia Katai. But say you did trophy neighbor there. South Africa, because of hosting, the trophy neighbor continent. So for us to play, this is the World Cup trophy. Now, Edua, the entire discussing it giddy and say, Rich in according to BPI, you see the most prestigious football competition. Yes. Nti eduwa obia pese onya akonya na otimi ebobi and eba every 4 years. And it's a one mobia agisa wo twen 4 years answer na wetimi abobi. Now Rich, on the 5th of December at the Kennedy Center, Washington, FIFA World Cup 2026 draw no ebekoso US. And enkoma yedi ne boy ya yebebo ne ne ene de yebeto so Monday no Rich yeni so de hu nyina ne say nyame ye adom na 5th December to ye ya say event na ekoso at the Kennedy Center, Washington DC. Rich yes yebetimi atena TV achi yebetena internet achi ni yebetena radio achi ni ya baby a oman kunkunu Ghana group kura yebekom. So all that we are doing is that on 5th of December, we want to be part of the draw. Rich, on the continent of Africa, these are the numbers any countries are qualified for the World Cup. I think we have 54 countries in Africa. Rich, only 13 bet and our World Cup. And yet, come on, January. And you come on at all. Say, what up, Roma, who's on a Wukububi? Country on the continent, Abu Waka Pa Cameroon 8 times. Followed by Morocco 6, Nigeria 6, Tunisia 6, Ghana about 4, Algeria 4, Senegal 3, Egypt 3, South Africa 3, Ivory Coast 3, DR Congo 1. Angola 1, Togo 1. Rich, only 13 countries.
Egypt is somewhere local champions. It do have come now.
And your campaigns. Now they've played the World Cup only 3 times. Rich.
No, for no call Cup
Omunyadi.
But we can say Morocco.
But Morocco actually. Say Omunyadi, still they, the North Africans, hold Africans' best record at the World Cup. Rich, process now here from Nhyira is to climb up the ladder But I said the next time any picture we bet one, we will say Ghana go 5. That is the aspiration of the nation. Now, Sir Uba Calf, World Cup standings now. Which it is instructive to know, say, as at now, Group A is led by Egypt. Group B is led by DR Congo. Group C is led by South Africa. Nigeria will be omuda. 4th, and Nigeria either in Group C. Group D, Cape Verde, and at that top, Cameroon at the 2nd. Group D, Sanoman now, and somebody Sanoma will buy. Group E, Morocco at the top. Group F, Ivory Coast at the top. Then the last set of groups, in Group G, Algeria. In Group H, Tunisia. Then in the last group, which is
Town Estate House, our workroom estate. Adana fepa. In fact, one who done at me said, Dini, our workroom estate. And into any Jehona person talk a diner for a number of CA na one Nhyira and Kwedi Commoner at all. 0540 112434 0540 112434 a estate house FPA anti na wafe number no aya ntio
unse obi wo ha wate canopy work on COVID.
Sure.
Onko bi da obo onko picnic e wona bra bomu da
chefie sa
dabi obo ho a say ko bebi a monkeys wo na ye mo banana ohun se obi ye na ye twa ne pictures ne videos a na nani ageba on experience bi da kentampo force no say so ni guna wo na wo hwe se na nyankopɔ body efen onye bi da ade e release stress a okoto no akọ visitatory site onye bi da eno na bonfa store say omo srewara 20th of September memory day be na wotwe mienu ye ko bono ne akọ experience ade a onye bi da so why bi da ene na wonim say ade no ede enti sa be si wo so with bonfa stores bono experience 2025 no enti yanko 500 cedis pe utua 500 cedis na wo air condition bus edeko edwa bus mdwemu waduane a wo bedi wo snacks baby ebeko bia gate fee ede be wurem games ebebo bus ni mu party and you saw the professional photographers edi echi a omema ye photo shoot papa ebema ye lasting memory of Sabono 2025 sato we aye ko nti we de enyu hu mfiri mu kra 500 cities studio edda form na de bia maka se o fra catch you say obeso tina pop sports ye bass nimbi na emu beye dekeke na ye nyina ye nko bono na ye nko experience sa no ma we ye ko Boten Caves and Mountains ye be ko Fiema Monkey Sanctuary na ya sa akọ Kintampo Waterfalls ho any baby bia edi se ye ko e wo bono region ho nyina no ye betimi akọ 5 am sharp na ye free ha na ya ba around enwumre be 9 se obeso on ye ko bia ye be wo Victory Baptist Church I wo tech ha behind Odotobri Rural Bank Tech Junction echi ope eja hanum ho ana bonfa stores no ye hyiamu na ye nyina yetimi akosa atowe numbers ni netie na efre na wonso bookie wo seat e wo bus nim 0531 090068 0531 090068 and I say 0261 671686 0261 671686 Bonfa Stores Bono 2025 experience no rich yenina ye de ho bagim na yakone kama
okay mama se police ni okọ aye adweso aye operations opani obo adwuma papa RSM Ali Tanko opani baby obia no good morning happy birthday to you officer I salute sir nyaminsa opa in fact adwuma obo edema aye adweso operations no bia nyaminsa na awudie mu nhire bia no nyankopon emfa bi emfa enmo RSM Ali Tanko happy birthday second one ekodiama mian kasa me godfather K Edu ene Neba enya 7 years. Kwabena edu yeboa 7 years today. Kwabena o papa no mami ni na say yem show happy birthday. Nyame nhyira wo pa onya okase na unyini nyankopon ema nimde nyansa emu edo na wode mu nhyira bia nyankopon fa bi ednom na ebeye nhyira ema oman kronkron Ghana nti happy birthday to you Kwabena edu yeboa 7 years na wanya no enne o papa say yem show happy birthday. Achefu edemasia adom kase to so edi amamo nyame adoma yeba ya na ohima bene wani tim no etena se edi obra ato anjumade no enso etimi edi abrain enti momrai na ayuai Collins ni tim wo momra na enko adom na afi yenkofa adom kase no emfa emma